Yes,
Now,
we do.
would these classes transfer directly over to like the UC system?
Absolutely. These are designed. We have definite transfer agreements with both Cal Poly and the UC system.
That's fantastic. So if someone gets an AS degree at Allen Hancock and has your physics courses, they immediately jump into upper division work when they go to a four-year school in the state, which means class for class, unit for unit, they get full credit.
Yes.
That's fantastic. And you've got some items behind you. What are these? You have lab work also?
Yes, we're in the physics lab right now, and this lab is actually designed to be able to be either a lab or to be in a lecture format, and this is the lecture format. What we have out here right now, this is a Van de Graaff generator that will make your hair stand on end.
I've seen those in operation. They're very impressive.
The belts here deposit electrons inside the bulb, the big ball, and create a giant magnetic field. The electrons will discharge. When there's too many of them, they'll discharge over to this, and we'll see sparks. I can actually hold a light bulb up here, and it will light it.
So it's not just textbooks and equations on the board. Students will actually get a chance to sort of see these principles in operation.
Yes.
That can be, I remember when I took my physics classes, it made it so much more real when you could actually see something, how it worked, the mechanics, the rolling balls, the falling weights. It's really very exciting.
That's what we do. And what's absolutely beautiful about this room, as opposed to our former labs, is that when we spread the tables out, we have the banks of tables at each computer station, and we have computers to gather data and massage the data. And this room, a full lab of 28 students, and this lab is very roomy. We shoot balls around the room. We have a great time in here.
Well, thank you so much, Linda. We appreciate you sharing your classroom with us.
Okay.
Few people know that Allen Hancock also provides highly specialized training for careers in health sciences and health services. And one of the more interesting programs that they have been working on for some time now is the dental assistant program. And I have with me today Diane Detter, who is part of the faculty here at Allen Hancock, who's helping folks become qualified to work with their dentist. And
correct.
This is something I haven't really worked in. I'd love for you to tell me about what sorts of degrees or certifications or licensings are possible for a career in this area.
Sure. Our program is a 10-month program. It begins in fall. When the students graduate from the program, they are eligible to take a state exam to become a registered dental assistant.
Great. And are there prerequisites to get into this
these classes?
There
is some English, about a 300 level to be able to read in English because of the textbook is at a college level.
Fantastic.
And so they have to be able to comprehend it to be able to get through the program.
So it sounds like there's a lot of opportunity for people who are looking for a new career to step right in and go into this program.
Wonderful opportunities.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
And what are the job opportunities like for someone who passes successfully your program and is successfully licensed?
In the dental field, there's all sorts of different specialties. We have endodontics, perio, general dentist, ortho. Our students, when they come through our program or go through our program, they go out into these dental fields and do a 240-hour internship.
An internship actually in the
different offices.
Oh, that's great.
And about 95% of our students before graduating from our program, by doing this internship, are hired.
95% before they graduate are essentially
hired.
queued up to step into the workplace.
Exactly. That
That is phenomenal. What an incredible success story.
Yes, it is. It's a jewel in the community.
The instructors here are really very thorough in teaching us. Alicia, she actually was a dental assistant for 6 years, and we have the opportunity of working with her, so she knows the tricks and trades of doing working on people, and we actually get to work on each other. So it's not only the dexters, is what we call them, it's the little mannequins that we work on, but working on each other gives us an opportunity to know how it feels to work on live patients and ready us for the environment of actually working on real people. So it's fun.
What brought me to this program was actually my daughters. I have one that'll be 3, and I've got a 1-year-old, and being in the hospital with both of them during their and after their birth, that kind of made me want to be able to provide good care, like what was provided to me. I think it's been more than I even expected. We have a lot of resources, and doing our clinicals, that's when we go to the actual facilities. That's given me a lot of experience.
If you or a loved one have been to the hospital, you may have been helped by an Allen Hancock graduate, because many of our local community hospitals actually hire nurses straight out of the program here at Allen Hancock. And I'm very privileged to be joined right now with Julie Curris, who is the Department Chair for Health Sciences here.
We have a rather unique program here at Hancock College. We call it a ladder program. And the way it works is that we start off with a certified nursing assistant, which is a one-semester program, and that prepares a student to then take a state board and become certified as a nursing assistant, working along with under the license of a registered nurse or a licensed vocational nurse. Then the student can go on, continue their education as an LVN or licensed vocational nurse. They go 2 semesters and a summer, and then they also, again, have to sit for a state board. And they will then work usually under an RN, but they're often the nurses that you may see in the hospital. And then after that, they go 2 more semesters, and then they can become a registered nurse. And that position then is somebody that is usually in more of a leadership role, and there is more critical thinking, assessment skills that are taught at that level.
Now, is there much of a job market for nurses in California today? Because I hear we've got a shortage.
Yes, when you look at the top 5 professions in need, and that they project will continue to be in need going into the next 10 or 15 years, nursing at all levels, the CNA, LVN, and RN, are in that top 5. There's actually a shortage of 30,000 RNs in the state of California right now, unfilled positions.
30,000, that's good. That's a large number, and I imagine it will take quite a time to work through that backlog, so there's job opportunities for quite some time to come.
There is, and that need is projected to continue to increase until the year 2030, when the baby boomers peak their age, and so as our population is aging, the need for nurses is going to increase.
Julie, what is it that you've seen typically attracts people to this profession? Because I've always been impressed by nurses I've encountered. They tend to be very skilled, very professional, and also very empathetic. It takes a very special person to be a nurse, doesn't it?
It really does. And I've always told people when they consider a career in nursing that yes, it's great job security. The pay has gone up. It's very competitive. It's a sustainable wage. But really, you do have to have almost a calling. It needs to be something that is in you to serve people, to be compassionate. There's things that we need to do as nurses that you don't want to do just because it's a good paycheck. So it needs to be a service-oriented person.
Fantastic. And I understand the technology's changed enormously, so that not only, of course, does there require some academic rigor, but now there's very intelligent and high-technology mannequins that allow prospective nurses to be tested and to be trained in very complex settings. And you have some of those mannequins and some of that technology here at Allen Hancock.
We have a $75,000 mannequin, and our students are given the opportunity to train on this mannequin. It can be programmed in a number of different scenarios, and so we're really proud of that. It is utilized almost on a daily basis.
We're now here with the nursing program, and there's a phenomenal new technology. Specifically, these are intelligent mannequins that can be programmed to evidence certain conditions, which allow the nurses to work on a mannequin in a safe environment and actually see things happen that would happen in a real-life case. Larry Manalo is here with me right now. Can you tell us a little bit about this amazing technology?
This is a SimMan made by Medi, and we have just acquired this technology about 1.5 years ago. And we have used it for practice exercise, or what we call simulation, to be able to teach students, nursing students, to develop skills in taking care of what we call high-risk, low-frequency situations like a heart arrest, heart attack, as well as experiences that they may or may not actually encounter in actual clinical situations.
And I understand you can program up to 100 different responses, from allergies to heart attacks to reactions to certain medications. That must be an enormously powerful teaching tool.
Yes, we actually use a lot of those scenarios, and we're beginning to integrate it in our program. And the good thing about it is a safe learning environment for students, wherein they could learn basic principles